goes down to the left and, and gets that first touchdown.
Here's the way the Cardinals tied it up. Lomax under pressure.
I'll tell you, he did a heck of a job getting rid of this ball. He gets it out here to Pat Tilley. Pat Tilley's on the ground, but the veteran that he is, he just jumps up, makes one move, and takes it in the end zone.
And then James Jones, who we have not heard from for, what, 2 years?
That's right, 2 years he's been out injured. Here they had the good play. They got him outside. Tony Hill came in, and he really put a pick on the guy who was supposed to cover Jones, so he was wide open.
But then, as you pointed out, it looked like after Birdsong's punt was down that the Dallas won. It looked like the Cardinals had the Cowboys buried back. Looked like the Cardinals were going to get the ball back in good shape. Cowboys turned misfortune into fortune.
Well, they did, and I think that's the thing that's going to give their offense in general a lot of confidence. And maybe Gary Hogeboom specifically a lot of confidence. I think the Cardinals, they've only completed 3 passes to Roy Green, and they've only been for 25 yards. I think in this second half, they're not only going to have to get the ball to him more, but they're going to have to get it to him deep.
Do you think, as we look at the second half, which is about to begin, do you think there's a danger that the Cowboys might say, hey, we lead by 10 points, we lead 17-7, let's see if we can sit on it?
I don't think so, because I think the Cowboys realize that they aren't as good as they used to be, that everything that they're going to get that they have to work and struggle for, and you can't work and struggle and have a drive like they did at the end of the half and then go in and say, oh, we're good. I don't think they believe that.
I think I really agree with you. 17-7 is the score. It should be an exciting second half, and we'll have that coming up for you. Cold St. Louis, but right now the Cowboys are hot. St. Louis looking.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Michelob Light Super Premium.
The Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys 17, St. Louis Cardinals 7 at the half, and we're just about to begin half number 2. Rafael Septien will kick off in the direction of Stump Mitchell and Danny Pittman. It's going to be Mitchell. He is dangerous. Almost out of the pack to about the 38-yard line before Victor Scott takes him down. 24-yard return. Turnovers. Look what happened to the Cardinals this year.
Well, in the last couple of weeks, it's kind of been haunting them. Last week against the Rams, we said they lost, but they had 4 turnovers in the second half. Today they've had 2, and they're behind in the half, and those are the things that sometimes they come in bunches on you, and you just can't wait to get rid of them when things going the other way.
And that list of 2 turnovers does not include the blocked field goals.
Right. In my estimate, there's really 3 turnovers.
Lomax to Green. That's what they're looking for. Fellows planted his feet. And Green picks up 20. It's a Cardinal first down. It's just a matter of time before he springs.
Right, and all the patterns that he's been running have been these shorter type. The crosses here, he picks up 20 yards after catching the ball and running with it. But I would bet that somewhere here in this quarter, they're going to throw the ball deep to him. They haven't really tried it yet this game.
Green this time comes out wide to the right, facing Everson Walls. Tilley is to the other side as Lomax goes to work again. He has Anderson wide open, and Anderson slips away from a couple of tacklers. And Anderson gets down to the Dallas 25. Ron Fellows stops him after a 19-yard gain.
I'll tell you, whatever the Cardinals talked about offensively at halftime, they sure talked about the right things. Watch this. He hits Roy Green the first time. Here he's going to find Otis Anderson. Again, we see Eugene Lockhart is out there on Anderson. But they hit him out there. Lockhart doesn't make this tackle here. He's not going to catch him in the open field. Gives him a little move and then up the field. That's the second time that they've caught a pass on Lockhart.
First and 10 Cardinals from the Cowboy 25. Opening seconds of the third quarter. Lomax again on first down will throw it. Looking for somebody. Hegman chased him, and the pass is incomplete. Tilley was, I think, to be the intended receiver.
That was good coverage by the Cowboys down there. What happens as you roll, as the quarterback rolls to one side or the other, that shrinks the field because you really can't throw it from this sideline all the way across to the other sideline. So as that was shrinking, the Cowboy defense just came over and shrank right with them, or shrank or shrunk with them. And the whole thing was shrunk into this side, and no one was open.
And the pass was incomplete. It's 2nd and 10. From the 25. Anderson is the lone setback. They go with 2 tight ends. Lomax goes back to throw and throws quickly. Throws behind. Cowboys on a blitz. Intended for Green. He just couldn't get it there. Walls was with him. I think the ball was deflected.
You know, in the first game, the Cardinals did a good job against the Cowboy blitz. In fact, they beat the blitz, and that's how they did it. This game here today, he's getting the ball away. The blitzes aren't getting there. They're making him throw quickly, and he's not as effective today. That time there, his own guy ran into him. I think it was Joe Boston.
I think you're right. 3rd down and 10 now. Lomax comes out of the spread. Offside Dallas. Lomax down the middle of the green. To the 1.
I'm sure that's a free play for the Cardinals. That was against the Cowboys. Jim Jeffcoat, the right end, jumped offside. So Lomax had a free play. He took it.
Number 77 on the defense.
Right, you see 77, Jeffcoat there. Watch him. He'll jump right there. He jumps before the ball snapped. He's in that neutral zone. Now, Lomax can see that. He knows if nothing works, he's going to get the down over again. But here, he can take a chance. He can force it. He has a free play. So when you have a free play, you find a guy like Roy Green and get it to him.
Take it there. 1st and goal at the 1. Green has now caught 5 passes. Anderson and Love are the 2 setbacks, and Lomax rolls to his right. Lomax looking for someplace to go, can't find it. The ball's batted away. He gets it to Love. It's a touchdown. Randy Love comes up with a touchdown catch.
Neil Lomax just did what I said you couldn't do. He started to roll to his right side, rolled all the way to the sideline. The defense was shrinking down on him. He stopped. I said you can't throw it all the way back. He throws it all the way back against the grain across the field to Randy Love for the touchdown.
I don't know how he found him.
I don't either, because he was at least 30 yards away from him width-wise.
14.
Let's watch it here now. You see he fakes here. Now see him rolling out here to his right. Now the whole defense comes to this side. He fakes here. Look, it's stopped. Now he does throw it. He finds Randy Love way back here. The ball is tipped into Randy Love for a touchdown.
Randy White got the hand up that deflected the ball, number 54. Love still caught it.
Who said you can't do it? Watch, he stopped and said, well, there's a guy there. Randy White gets a left hand, jumps up, and it still gets to Randy Love.
Lomax was 4 out of 6 on that drive. 52 yards, the touchdown pass, deflected touchdown pass to Randy Love.
Let's watch this touchdown again now. Lomax is going to fake to Randy Love in here, then Randy Love comes out here. Now, as Lomax rolls, the whole defense shrinks over here. They all come over here, and then he stops here and throws back to Randy Love. Now, watch what a roll does to the defense. Watch, here's a fake to Love. He's going to sneak through to his left. Now, watch, as he comes here, you see all the Cowboys coming with him? Brings the whole crowd. He stops, gets the ball through Randy White for Randy Love.
Allen, who fields it at the Dallas 7. Allen with some room. Allen out of bounds outside the 40. O'Donoghue nudged him out of bounds. A 34-yard kickoff return. Cowboys 17, Cardinals 14. 12:54 left, third quarter. Dallas will operate from their own 41-yard line.
I tell you, Gary Allen was taking congratulations over there, but I always had a rule, and my team, doggone it, if you get by the other 10 of those guys, don't let that kicker tackle you or knock you out of bounds.
O'Donoghue nudged him out of bounds. fake is to Dorsett. Hogeboom going deep to Cosby. Incomplete. Leonard Smith back there with Doug Cosby.
I'll tell you, I think that's one thing that Gary Hogeboom has in mind today, and his coach Tom Landry has in mind, maybe more importantly, is to stretch that defense. Get it out there, throw deep, throw more to the wide receivers, and then eventually somewhere we'll break Tony Dorsett.
Well, they say they have to do that. They feel they have to do that. And that's certainly correct. 2nd and 10. Dallas from their own 41. No flag. Dorsett. Left side for about 4. Now for an NFL Today report. Let's go back to Brent Musburger. 17-14 here. The NFC East figures to be a tight contest all the way down to the end of the year. Hogeboom goes out of the shotgun. Throws intended for Ron Springs, incomplete. Dallas will have to punt. Lionel Washington on the coverage. In comes John Warren.
You talk about the Cardinals players, their defensive players. This is one, Lionel Washington, that Jim Hannafin is very pleased with. He said of all the guys on his team, he may be the consistent and one of the best players he has in his defense.
Warren has only punted once. That one 36 yards. Back deep for the Cardinals is Stump Mitchell. Warren in over in. Mitchell will have a shot at this one. Dropped it. Can't come up with the ball. Now here comes the struggle, and the Cowboys are saying we got it. Whaley on Stackamillo. Bill Bates at the bottom of that pile. Cowboys do have it.
That's what we're talking about. Special teams play today, plus turnovers. That's the whole thing. Watch this. Stump Mitchell is here. He catches the ball out in front. It just goes right through his hand. I'll tell you there. Now, there's one Cardinal through his leg. Cowboys there. Ball's flopping around. The Cowboys come up with it. I think that was Vince Albrighton.
Vince Albrighton, you're right. First down, Cowboys. Pitches back to Dorsett, looking for some room and finding none. Ramsey Darter, who was a surprise starter, came up with the tackle.
Lois Grooms, who had been starting there, who was supposed to start there today, has had a bad knee. And yesterday, Jim Hannafin said he thought he'd be okay, but in the pregame, he wasn't, so he started Ramsey Darter,
who just came out. Crowd chanting defense, 2nd and 11 Cowboys at the Cardinal 20. Dallas leading 17-14 as Hogeboom dropped. Here comes the blitz. The blitzer falls down. He's trying to throw a screen pass, and there's nobody there.
I think there was someone there. I think the guy that was there was Ron Springs. Ron Springs was tripped somehow. And the only guys that looked like there were the linemen, but Ron Springs is in the middle of that group. Watch him right here. He's on the right-hand side of the screen. Right there. See, he's blocking against Galloway. Now he's slipping out, and you see right there, he just tripped over his own guy, and the ball is thrown out there to his right guard, Bert Peterson. He said, I know I can't have it, but he lost his screen guy.
3rd down and 11. Tony Hill is out wide to the right. Hogeboom from the spread. Down the middle, out of the hands of James Jones, but flags are down. Penalty markers down. That happened early.
I tell you, it's in that area. It's either going to be offensive holding or defensive holding. The way the Cardinals are going, it's against the Cowboys. That means that one of the receivers out here probably pushed off.
Pass interference. Number 84 offense. Repeat 3rd down.
Doug Cosby.
And that's the second time in this game that Cosby has been called for offensive pass interference. You know, you hardly ever see that. Let's see if we can see him pushing off. He's the second guy in right there, number 84. Right there. You see where he puts his right arm up to go over? That's what he had to call, that right arm on the defender. On Doug Cosby right there in the middle.
That'll make it 3rd and 21. 11:07 left to play in the third quarter. Cowboys leading 17-14. Hogaboom trying to go to work again. Almost picked off by E.J. Jr. Timmy Newsom was the intended receiver. E.J. Jr. almost came up with the interception. It'll make it a little bit tougher for Septien because of that penalty.
Yeah, that's what the Cardinals wanted to do, and it held up for him. They put him back 10 yards, then they held him for no gain, so that takes 10 yards, adds 10 yards to Septien. To be about 48 yards from here.
It's within his range, of course. This is officially a 47-yarder. Hogaboom holding. Rafferty snapping. Line drive kick is no good.
Jim Hanifin's happy there because he knows he dodged a bullet. Watch him watch that kick. He sees it's a line drive. He said that one's not going to be there. Okay, defense, we did it. We fumbled, but we recovered from it. Our ball, let's go.
And so the score remains. Dallas 17, St. Louis 14. Next Saturday on CBS Sports, a doubleheader. College football. First game, Michigan Wolverines against Ohio State. That was live at noon Eastern Time. Ohio State beat Northwestern 52-3 yesterday, and a win next week against Michigan would put them into the Rose Bowl against USC. That's the second game. The Trojans against the UCLA Bruins. Next week, college football here on CBS. Today, here on CBS, it's the Cardinals and the Cowboys. And with 10:57 left to play third quarter, Cowboys are up 17-14 as Lomax throws through the hands of Tilley. Again, heavy pressure from the Dallas rush. For an NFL update right now, let's take you back to Brent Musburger in New York.
That was Eric Dickerson. You know, last week here against the Cardinals, he had 150 yards in the first half.
Lomax down the middle of Marsh. Down by downs, but a first down in Dallas territory. Lomax having just a great year.
You know, we watch Marsh here. He's a tight end. We talk about Lomax and his maturity. It was Doug Marsh here who said it. He said the more he plays, now he's looking for us. He can see the outside receivers and the tight end. He said that's why we're catching more balls in the middle there. He said before, when Lomax first started, he'd just look at one guy and throw to him. And it was always Tilley or Green. He said now he can look at those guys and still look at us.
Lomax always had a great arm, but now that maturity and that vision has really made him an outstanding quarterback, as O.J. Anderson is the only setback. And he gets the call, and Anderson gets around the right side. Hit out of bounds by Dexter Clinkscale.
I think that's why O.J. Anderson has sore shoulders, because I'll tell you, he'll finish off a run. He knows here that he is going to be tackled. He knows here that he's not going to make any more yards. But watch him finish off the run right here at the end on Dexter Clinkscale. He just lowers that left shoulder, and they go shoulder to shoulder, helmet to helmet, paint to paint. That's how you get sore shoulders.
That's right. 12 carries for 52 yards for O.J. Anderson. He remains the lone setback.
You'll look at the film tomorrow and say, did I really do that?
Second down, Lomax going. He had it to Roy Green. Now they say the pass was never under control. It's not a fumble. It's not a completion. It'll bring up a third down.
Let's watch Roy Green on that. He's just running a slant. He's up about 5 steps to the inside on Everson Walls. The ball is thrown a little behind him. He looks like he starts to bobble it. He never did have control of it, and it gets away from him, so it wasn't a fumble. Because you have to be able to catch the ball, have control of it, and then run with it. Roy Green never had control of that one because it was thrown behind him.
Third down and 1. And the Cardinals are 6 out of 9 on third down conversions. Line of scrimmage is at Dallas 32. Randy Love is in the game with Anderson as the running back. They gave this to Anderson. Got the first down. Here comes the ball flying out again. They're going to say it was down, I believe. Dexter Clinkscale came up to make the hit, but it's a Cardinal first down.
I'll tell you, this St. Louis Cardinal team lives dangerously, don't we? That ball is flopping around on the ground quite a bit with this team. Look at O.J. Anderson. He has a little cheat there towards his fullback, follows Love in there, gets his shoulder square, and picks up the first down. Right at the end, it was Dexter Clinkscale again, 47, who reached his arm in there and popped it out. But I think that must have been after the whistle had blown.
Cardinals have fumbled 5 times, if you can call that a fumble. That looked like a clean pull-out by Clinkscale as Lomax goes to work on first down. Looks deep, has Anderson. Anderson has some room. Shakes free of a couple of tacklers. Randy White hit him from behind and nailed him down to the ground.
I'll tell you, Randy White is fired up, and he's trying to fire himself up, and he's trying to fire up the rest of his teammates.
Anderson wants a rest. Here comes Stump Mitchell, and Anderson does get a rest. He comes out. Here's the play selection on first down for both teams. Throwing on first down.
Yeah, that's the thing that the Cowboys are doing differently today. But the thing they have to do right now is stop this Cardinal offense because they're on a move here.
Stump Mitchell has replaced Anderson. Lomax quickly outside, incomplete. Cowboys were coming on a blitz. They'll do that to you when they get down in what the coaches now call minus territory.
And then the thing is they know the way the Cardinals are trying to pick it up, as we mentioned before, they're keeping their backs in to help on the inside blitzers. They're just letting the 2 outside guys come. So Neil Lomax here has to get rid of the ball before those outside guys get to him.
Eugene Lockhart controlling the Cowboy defense because Brunig is not in. 2nd and 10 from the 19. Lomax back quickly. Looking for Tilley. Incomplete. It bounced. Fellows back there with him. It bounced.
And Lomax knows it there. You see him grab his head. He knows what he did is he took too much off that ball. He saw Tilley. He knew he had him. Tilley was open. It was a touchdown. And instead of, boom, just popping that ball out there, he tried to aim it. Now watch Tilley there. He's working against Fellows. He really put a move on Fellows. Look, he's wide open for the touchdown, and the thing looks like the last shot out of a Roman candle. Lomax didn't get the boom. He didn't get the whap on it that he wanted on it, and it died on him.
The last shot out of a Roman candle. Not enough left. That Stump Mitchell shakes away from one tackler. Will not get quite enough for a first down. Everson Walls tripped him up. That'll bring up a 4th down situation, and here comes Neil O'Donoghue. At the moment, he's not the most popular player in St. Louis because he's had some problems. But he did win a few games.
And his problems have been over a couple of years, too. Remember that Monday night game?
Oh, yeah, last year. 30-yard attempt for Neil O'Donoghue to tie it up at 17. Hannafin. O'Donoghue is now much more popular in St. Louis because he just tied the game at 17 with 7:22 left to play in the 3rd quarter. It's Dallas 17 and St. Louis 17. Just the kind of game it figured to be. Cardinal head coach Jim Hannafin. Another one of those who was at San Diego State. It seems like a whole collection of coaches came out of that school.
Well, of course, Don Coryell was the head coach here, and he's the head coach of the Chargers. Hannafin is the head coach here. Joe Gibbs came out of there, head coach of the Redskins. Rod Dowhauer is the offensive coordinator for Hannafin, came out of San Diego State.
Mick Swain for the Cowboys up to about the 26, and of course, there was a time when John Madden was at San Diego State along with those guys. Right now for an NFL update, let's go back to Brent Musburger in New York. What about John Robinson with those Rams? A
tell you, that's when you lose your starting quarterback, then you find out what kind of offensive coach you are.
Hogeboom in the direction of Dorsett under pressure. Couldn't get it there. Tie score in St. Louis, 17-17.
I'll tell you, Hogeboom really felt the rush on that play. He really didn't have much of a chance here. Watch it coming. He's looking downfield. His pocket is starting to collapse on him, and he gets underneath and up on top all at once. You know, sometimes you wonder, these quarterbacks don't think, geez, why did I complain when I was a backup? Man, it was so much easier. Not as much fun, though. They can say, this is having fun. Boy, I'm having fun today.
Second down at 10. The Cardinal fans coming to life. Hogeboom getting in the draw play to Dorsett. Nothing there. David Galloway one more time.
I'll tell you, I'm really impressed with David Galloway. He has controlled, especially on the running type plays, he has controlled that line of scrimmage. He's right there on this play in the draw with Dorsett. Watch him there. He's right there over the center. Watch him. He plays off a Titan or just throws him to the ground and comes right down the line on Dorsett. He played himself a pretty good game today.
Outstanding.
And he has gloves on.
3rd and 11. Hogeboom out of the spread. Cardinals come on a blitz. Hogeboom has some time. Throws to Cosby, who comes up with one heck of a catch. Doug Cosby, a diving, sliding catch. Leonard Smith, the defender, and that's enough for a Dallas first down.
See that he still has half of the line on his elbows, Cosby does. I'll tell you, here's the stunt. You know, we talk about stunts. There's 2 defensive linemen crossing, but look what happens to when they're crossing. Tom Rafferty, the center for the Cowboys, number 64, said, look, Galloway, I've had enough of you. Boom! They just put him right down. He isn't going to get the Hogeboom this time.
1st and 10, Dallas. At their own 41-yard line. Score tied at 17. 5:40 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Here's Dorsett. Nothing. E.J. Jr. brought him down. Tampa Bay has gone ahead of the Giants 17-10. They're in the 4th quarter. We're in the 3rd quarter with 5:25 left to play.
I think that these games today for the Cardinals and the Giants are their biggest games of the year. That if they're going to be in the championship games and the playoffs at the end, I think they have to be able to come and start winning these games and put a string together right now.
It's pretty hard to stay emotionally on top of the game every week, but that's what you have to do. 2nd and 11. Hand off Dorsett. Nothing doing again. Maybe 3 as Benny Perrin comes up and knocks him down. Cardinal fans come to life.
I'll tell you that Benny Perrin, we talked about him only being 180 pounds, but he is the guy that is also in on a lot of tackles. Last week against the Rams, he said in the first half he was wearing a neck brace, and he said it affected his tackling style, so he said to heck with it, took it off at halftime, and he said he played the second half like Benny Perrin.
3rd down and 8. Dallas operating from their own 43-yard line. Out of the spread, a low snap, but Hogeboom fields it. In and out of the hands of Mike Renfro. Wayne Smith, the defender. That's a ball that could have been caught.
Hey, but Wayne Smith was really right on Renfro. Renfro didn't get anything to hold him before he started to the inside. Watch it. There he goes. You see, he's running right there. But as you say, that was a good throw. He didn't have Wayne Smith beaten, but it looked like it went right through his hands and could have hit him in the shoulder pads or the face mask.
So John Warren comes on the punt for the Cowboys. This one off the side of his foot. Stump Mitchell is going to let it roll. Has to let it roll, but he's hit quickly. Shakes off one tackler. Brian Salonen down there to make the stop. The Cardinals will take over deep in their own territory. 41-yard punt by Warren. Mitchell brought it back 4. Cardinals take over at their own 19-yard line. College basketball coming up on CBS. The Louisville Cardinals against the Indiana Hoosiers. First time Bobby Knight and Denny Crum have ever faced each other. CBS Sports is going to bring you college basketball through the NCAA championship. 17-17 with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Earl Farrell and Otis Anderson are the two runners behind Cardinal quarterback Neil Lomax. Again, he'll throw him first down. Roy Green is the target. Or Kurt, beg your pardon, Marsh, Doug Marsh comes up with a catch.
You know, the target could have been either Marsh or Green. They were both in the same area. Green is the deep guy. Marsh is running a crossing pattern. And we see Lomax. He's going to roll out here. Green is outside. Now watch Marsh. He's going to the outside too. So Marsh will be the short guy of the two. There's Green right there behind. Marsh is the first guy, and he hits Marsh underneath the Green. That's a pretty good thing. You know, sometimes you use your speed guy to clear out an area and then bring your tight end across to the outside underneath him.
That's the third catch. Fellows goes with Green, and Lomax goes back on first down again and gets it outside to Earl Farrell. Farrell holds into Dallas territory before Anthony Dickerson can bring him down. A gain of 23. Cardinals on the move. Score tied 17-17.
The one thing about Roy Green, he's like a great running back. You see, when he starts out there, he starts in motion. They all follow him. Now he starts back here underneath. Now watch the defense come underneath. Now what does that do? That leaves Farrell out there all by himself because everyone follows Green. Everyone said, here comes 81. Don't let Green catch the ball. They all come off with him, and then Earl Farrell gets outside.
Cardinal first down. Lomax gives to Anderson, and Anderson whirls out the left side. He's knocked down after a gain of about 3 by Dexter Clinkscale. Lomax, Neil Lomax, now has the most passing yards ever in a season by a Cardinal. Anderson, the ball carrier. And a great year for him.
And I think that, you know, we talk about the maturity that he has, and, you know, and Rod Dowhauer here and helping him, having a Roy Green and a Pat Tilley help, and now even more, you know, now having the Doug Marsh in there catching those balls in the middle and those underneath type things. They really have about as good a passing game as you can have in this league.
They have a lot of weapons, don't they? Second down and 8 from the Dallas 34. Cowboys showed them a blitz, and now they back out of it. And now here they come on a delayed blitz. Lomax hits Farrell, but there's a penalty marker down.
I'll tell you, there's one thing I thought I'd never see. They did fake the blitz, and to get more blitz protection, they kept Roy Green in the block. Now, who would have thought? You know, you think, I mean, sometimes you get your backs into help, you keep your tight end into help. But I've never seen a wide receiver like Roy Green be kept in to help the protection. Watch, here he is, 81 right here. Now watch him. He's going to help in there in the blitz. He looks at, make yourself big. Gets a little Jeff goes over, gets Clinkscale. He's in there blocking. You see him? He spread his shoulders out and said, okay, I'll do a little pass.
Illegal motion, number 31, offense, repeat, second down.
That'll back him up and make it second. That'll make it second down and 13. Check out a couple of other scores. San Diego beating Denver 13-6. That's in the fourth quarter. And the Rams now 29-13 over the Bears. That record, by the way, we just told you about, had been held, the record for the most yards by a Cardinal quarterback, had been held by Charlie Johnson as Lomax barely gets it away. And there's the flag down, and there's the touchdown. And now they start waving it off. Lomax is saying, yes, we got it. But we're going to have to wait for the votes on this one.
Now, I'll tell you, when that official starts running back, that's going to be against the Cardinals. Usually when he stays down there, it's against the defense. When the guy calls it comes running back, it's usually against the offense.
I think it's going to be against Roy Green for pushing Everson Wall.
I'll tell you, you knew Roy Green is the guy arguing with the...
Number 81 on the offense, repeat, second down.
Well, we're going to see it right now. Here's Roy Green, number 81, the second guy in. that as being offensive thing. I just see that as getting his shoulder beyond him and running right by him. That's about the third time today that it's been called on the offense, and I don't think that was one.
Still second down. Bates covering Willard Harrell, who comes up with the reception. Gets back to just about the original line of scrimmage with an 11-yard pickup. 1:05 left to play third quarter. Score still tied at 17.
Let's watch that one again. You know, the thing that Jim Hannafin says that Roy Green can do so well is separate. If you get close, he can separate. We see him separating right now. Of course, the flag was already out there, and that was after there would have been a penalty, but on that first shot, it sure didn't look like any penalty to me.
Third down and 12. Lomax back in the spread formation. Going deep again. A diving attempt by Tilley, who doesn't come up with it. Fellows on the coverage. Tilley was open. That would have been a spectacular catch. Would not have been enough for a first down.
I was going to say it wouldn't have been enough for a first down, but they would have been in field goal position. Now, because he didn't get it out there, or Tilley didn't hold on to it, now the Cardinals are going to have to punt.
So Birdsong comes on. Well, the first time he punted, or the last time he punted, he had the right prescription.
They were right on the 1-yard line, didn't they?
Killed it at the 1. Not a bad-looking punt either. Seals it by a cameraman, well out of bounds. Wasn't as good as I thought it was.
Wasn't as good as Birdsong thought it was.
Send that one back to the doctor for another prescription. 21 yards is all he nets out of that one. It's still 17-17. Stadium in St. Louis, Pat Summerall and John Madden. Here's that call against Roy Green again.
Well, you know, still, we had to blow the picture up here, but still, I don't think Roy Green does anything wrong. There's a little bump there. I don't think that's anything. Roy Green is just trying to get above and beyond Everson Walls, which he does, getting his shoulder beyond. That, to me, is not pass interference. That, to me, is a touchdown.
However, the score is still 17-17.
That's right. So it doesn't make any difference, does it?
That's right.
Well, what's right's right, though.
Here's Hogaboom. Time to come out of the pocket. Fires. Tony Hill, the intended receiver. Hogaboom under pressure again. I don't know if it's fair to say that the Cowboy wide receivers are dropping a lot of balls, or if the ball is just thrown so hard that you can't control it.
Well, I think it's happened on both sides. The Cardinal guys are and the Cowboy guys are. I think it's pretty cold out there. And the balls, you know, when a football gets cold, it gets slick. And I think we're seeing a little of that, both from the quarterbacks throwing it and the receivers catching it.
Second and 10 for Dallas from their own 17 as Hogaboom retreats again. Out to Tony Hill, who stays on his feet, and now he's taken down shy of the first down by Thomas Howard. A gain of 7. That'll make it a third down situation.
Hey, this is one of those option-type patterns. We see Hill on the outside. He's going to come underneath. He starts in. He sees a defender inside. He just stops right there and starts going back to the outside. Hogaboom is reading Hill all the way. He waits until he's open and gives it to him.
So that's the end of the third quarter with the score Dallas 17, St. Louis 17. And we now pause for a word from your local station.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Honda, makers of the new Accord SCI 4-door sedan. Exceptionally smooth Michelob. Where you're going, it's Michelob. And by Skoal Long Cut Smokeless Tobacco. Easy to use with a great taste that could only come from Skoal.
17-17, another quarter to go. The Redskins have already won. Their record is 7-4. One of these two teams will be 7-4. Timmy Newsome in the backfield. It's a lone setback, not Dorsett. That's Renfro in motion. Hogaboom Hogeboom going right to work. And right through the hands of Ron Springs. Leonard Smith, the defender, and the Cowboys are going to have to punt. 4th and 3 from their own 24.
I tell you, I think Gary Hogeboom threw that ball about as well as you can throw it. That went right through Springs.
Checking out what's happening elsewhere among the other teams in the NFL. Tampa Bay 20-10 over the Giants. Warren back to punt. Plenty of time. Good kick. Stump Mitchell. Fields it as his own 35. Gets away from one Cowboy. Is hit hard by Victor Scott and Vince Albritton. The Cardinals have it in pretty good shape. Their own 40. Next week's schedule, the Cardinals go to New York to play the Giants, Washington, Philadelphia. All those games, of course, within the NFC East. Dallas goes to Buffalo. Check your local listings for the starting times of those games. The Rams against Green Bay, Tampa Bay, San Francisco, and Minnesota against Denver. Getting down to the place in this season, the season of 1984, where every game means an awful lot. The Redskins, as I mentioned, have already won. St. Louis, Dallas, and New York all began the day at 6 and 4.
This is when the championship teams start to make their move in November.
They have to do it. Here is Anderson in the corner, and there's the flag again. Dexter Clinkscale made the hit. There's another little skirmish going on. It's a bad place if you're Dexter Clinkscale to get into a skirmish.
On the other guy's sideline. But if you bring Randy White along with you, that's not bad. You see Randy's in there, too. You know, if you're over there on the other guy's sideline by yourself, that's a tough deal. But if you bring some guys with you, it's not as good. But when the penalty's on them and you got some friends, it's not as bad.
Especially if one of those friends is Randy White.
You Randy White, I'll guarantee you, it's 30-some degrees out there. He's not going to wear that long underwear.
Oh, sure.
I bet you that's been quite a...
Number 80, offense, repeat first down.
There's been quite a battle in there between Randy White and Terry Steve today.
Those are two guys who play the game just about the same way.
Two big, strong guys, you know, been in it a long time. Battle each other, just come up, you know, punch the clock, shake hands, how you doing? Randy, how you doing, Terry? Good. Crap, crap all day. Head to head.
Randy White, who is a renowned bass fisherman in Texas. The only difference between him and the rest of them is he doesn't use a trailer. Lomax, it's behind Marsh. Doug Marsh, the intended receiver. Heckman with him. This game is, as I said before, just about what we figured it would be. Look at this total offense by half. Pretty even.
Well, you know, you look in the second half, though, Dallas is only at 27 yards. They had 191 in the first half, and that 191, you know, 90-some of it, or a lot of it, was that last drive just before the half.
Just before the half when they got the field goal after starting at their own one.
St. Louis has really had the better offense, but they haven't gotten the points. Of course, they had that one call back, that one touchdown to Roy Green.
Dallas in their 4-0 defense now. The 7 defensive back. Here's the handoff inside to Stump Mitchell. And Mitchell is taken down by Bill Bates. And Bates and Mitchell have a little conversation.
Now, see, Bates learned, man, when they start fighting and they want to do that and the play's over, just walk away because they're going to throw a penalty on you, and you already got them stopped. Mitchell's still looking, Bates. These two others, that guy's crazy, that Bates.
17-17 with 4:18, now 4:15 left to play in the game. Cardinals and the Cowboys.
Bill Bates will give you a day's work when you run the ball at him.
If there's going to be some contact, Bill would like to be involved.
Helmet first.
Out of a shotgun, Lomax is 6 out of 8. Now he retreats, does Lomax. Taken down by by Vince Albritton. Around the outside, the third sack of the day by the Cowboys on Lomax. He had no chance. Nobody picked up Albritton.
I think Albritton, I'm not sure if he was coming. Now watch Lomax. He's going to go out to the right. As Albritton sees him come, then he comes up. See, I think that was a read that if he rolls to your side, you come. If he goes straight back, you cover. Because Albritton was out there reading. He saw Lomax roll, boom, right up the field.
Birdsong back to kick to Gary Allen. Good high kick, and Allen comes up, signals for the fair catch, almost lost it. Got it back on the second try. Here are the penalty markers again. Two of them. One back at the line of scrimmage, one back by where Gary Allen caught it. It's a bad-looking flag.
Well, you know, they have to have the rock in there, the weight, so when they throw it, it lands. See, if you don't have, see, they got the taper on it. If you don't have that, it would never land. It may just stay up in the air or take off or something.
Yeah, the conference goes on. You know the officials got to be in shape to carry a flag like that.
They all have a bean bag, too. You see that? They wear that in the belt. That's to mark the spot of the punt or interception.
There's more to that profession than we thought.
And they got a hat they can always throw. See the bean bag and the belt in the front?
Yeah.
And the whistle around the neck.
Fair catch interference by the kicking team. 15 yards. First and 10.
Ooh, fair catch interference. (17-17) with 13:21 left to play in the game. Pat Summerall and John Madden. Here is the question right now. Allen signals for the fair catch, but then he bobbles it, and then he's hit.
See, he signals for the fair catch. It's all right now. No one contacts him before the ball gets there. Now he bobbles it. Now he has it. Now he had called for the fair catch before that. So what they're saying here is he called for a fair catch, and after he calls for a fair catch, then you can't hit him. The Cardinals, because the ball was bobbled, they went in and hit him after a fair catch. So that was a 15-yard penalty. That's a tough one.
First down Cowboys at the Cardinal 44. 13:21 left to play. Score tied at 17. That was Ron Springs, the ball carrier, stopped by E.J. Jr.
That was like E.J. Jr.
The Bears' dreams came to an end in Anaheim as the Rams beat them 29-13. And the Rams improved their record to 7-4.
You know, everyone's talking about the playoffs and the wild card and the Eastern Division. You better watch out for that Ram team. You know, you better add those guys in there when you start adding that stuff up.
Certainly better. Second down and 6. Hogaboom back to try to throw, gets it outside to nobody. Under heavy pressure.
I'll tell you, Hogaboom had to get rid of the ball. He had a little time, but when he had the time to throw the ball, there was no one open. So then he just had to decide to heck with it. Here comes the pressure. I just have to get rid of that. He just threw that ball away.
Ramsey Dardar was the man who applied the heat.
See, here's the coverage right here. Now, you see by the time Donnelly gets through with those moves and stuff, there was no one open. Had good coverage. See, he was running a deeper pattern, but Hogaboom couldn't wait. He had to unload that thing or take the sack.
Out of the spread is Hogaboom. Under the heat. And now they say, nope, he was in the grass. Finish this play. David Galloway was back there and had Hogaboom by the jersey.
Watch Galloway. He's number 65. He gets the pressure from that side. He's going against Glenn Titensor. You see, he does a stunt move. He goes to the outside. Now, right there, when he had him in the grass, you see the referee waving his hands. He blew the whistle, said he was in the grass. The ball's dead. That David Galloway is still having a good day. I mean, he started off with a good day. He's still going on one.
Well, it's nice and cool.
Big guys like to play. Big guys that sweat a lot like to play in cool weather.
Warren gets the kick off. Stump Mitchell signals for the fair catch. Drops the ball. Mitchell lost it.
That's the second one for Mitchell.
Cardinals got it back.
I tell you, these guys are having a tough time with catching these punts today. One thing, I don't know if Mitchell wears gloves all the time, but one thing he does have the gloves on. Number two, he let the ball get too close to his body, and it hit his shoulder pads and bumped out.
17-17 it remains. Dallas 17, St. Louis 17. Pat Summerall, John Madden at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Cardinals have the ball at their own 19 just about. 12 minutes, 10 seconds left to play in the contest. Lomax rolls left. Has time. Greg LaFleur. 15-yard gain. Excuse me, Johnny.
Excuse me. He threw that one to LaFleur, but Pat Tilley ran an out and up on the same side out here, and he was wide open. There wasn't anyone within 20 yards of Tilley. He just walked by Lomax. I don't know if he told Lomax on that one. Let's see if we can watch it. Here's Tilley. He's the outside guy. Now watch here. He's going to run it out, and then he's going to go up right now. You see what he does? Look, he's wide open. There's no one around him.
Goodbye.
That would have been a touchdown. I don't think Lomax saw him. He threw it to LaFleur.
Lomax is 21 out of 34 to 9 different receivers. Now he's going for another one for Roy Green. That's not a different one, but that's the right one to go to.
That's the thing. You talk about acceleration. The Cowboys, they had defensive guys back there. They had about 3 of them. I'll tell you, he just takes off. Look, here he is on Everson Walls. Everson Walls is up tight. He should get a bump. He just runs right by Walls. Here comes Downs, the safety. He runs right by him. He had him beaten. The ball was just an inch away. Just an inch too long. You know, the greatest player that I ever coached, and one of the great ones, was my wide receiver at Oakley years ago, number 81, Warren Wells. And Roy Green is wearing the same number. He reminds me so much of the way Warren Wells.
Randy White is back into the backfield and takes down O.J. Anderson and really took him down. I don't know where he came from or how he got there so quickly. I didn't mean to interrupt you, John, but wow.
Well, here he goes. He just takes off. I think what happens, they were pulling the guard, and the center didn't get over. Randy White just hit that gap. O.J. Anderson said, I didn't even get a chance to get started on that deal.
Loss of 4, 3rd and 14. Now, Warren Wells had that great acceleration, that ability to separate himself from the defender like Roy Green.
I know it, and I watch Roy Green on films. I watch him play, and he reminds me so much of Warren Wells.
Lomax back to throw under pressure. Ball bounces loose, and the Cowboys come up with it. Victor Scott comes up with the rebound. And the Cowboys take over. Roy Green, the intended receiver, it bounced off his hands, and Victor Scott came up with it.
Roy Green was going down on the ground for it. Victor Scott was just standing in the back. He was a safety. We watched Thurman here. He's running for Green. We watch Green goes down for the ball, hits off his shoulder pads, and Thurman at the same time. Here comes Victor Scott very alertly diving for the ball. I'll tell you what, though, that was pretty good coverage by Dennis Thurman. You see, Thurman and the ball all got there at the same time, and that allowed Victor Scott to come up with a bump up.
1st and 10 for the Cowboys at the Cardinals 37. Score tied 17-17. Cardinals on a blitz. Junior, here's Dorsett, and Dorsett swings into the Cardinals secondary. Down to about the 27-yard line. Wayne Smith made the stop. Dorsett is very close to a 1st down. The Giants lost to Tampa Bay 20-17. They had scored with 1 minute and 2 seconds left on a touchdown pass from Sims to Bobby Johnson, but not enough, as the Buccaneers win their 4th of the year, and the Giants go to 6-5. So the Redskins with their victory over Detroit today, will probably have to share first place with only one team. I guess that's going to be exactly right, isn't it?
The winner of this game will share it with the Redskins. Right. But you know, the other thing I was talking about is out there in that Western Division, the Rams, if they have the same record as the two leaders in this division, they'll also be 7-4. Look at how short it is. That's a right foot job.
Tampa Bay 20, New York Giants 17.
That score we just gave you has just been announced to the crowd here at Busch Stadium. And they know that if the Cardinals win, they'll share the first place standing with the Redskins. If the Cowboys win, they'll have that distinction. It's second and about 6 inches.
The greatest time to call a play that there is. Can't be wrong.
First down, Dallas. Get down to about the 25. That is only Dallas' second first down this half. Yet the score remains tied at 17. Renfro comes in.
Cowboys are really playing well offensively. I mean, the Cardinals are playing well offensively. It's just that they're having those turnovers. And again, the Cowboy defense is forcing some of those and playing alert defense. But when you go offense versus offense, the Cardinals are winning it. When you look at the score, it's 17-17 because of turnovers.
Turnovers and penalties have really been a factor, too. First down, Dallas. Cardinal 27. Tony Hill is split out wide to the left, and here comes Renfro in motion. Quickly, Hogaboom goes to work. He's got Springs. Springs is in the end zone, and Dallas takes the lead. Touchdown, Ron Springs from Hogaboom.
You talk about separating and accelerating. Ron Springs did it on that play. When he caught that one up the sideline, the closest guy was Lionel Washington, number 48. We see him there. He was there, and he was bumping Renfro. Then he tries to come off on Springs. Springs gets behind him, and there's no one else out there. He's separated. He's going for that touchdown.
Hogaboom will hold for Raphael Septien, a very important extra point right here. And number 1 is good for 1. Touchdown again.
There's Ron Springs from the right of the screen. Play fake to Dorsett. He's looking out there. Renfro's coming to the inside. Springs to the outside. Right up over Lionel Washington's head.
So Dallas takes the lead now, 24-17 with 9:03 left to play.
It ain't easy to do rope tricks first time around. Same goes for smokeless tobacco. But here's one lighting up. Plus, it's got the great taste that can only come from Skoal. Easy to use, great taste. Try Skoal Long Cut. It's a lot easier than this.
Cowboys 24, Cardinals 17. Raphael Septien set to kick off. Stump Mitchell and Danny Pittman back deep. Lined in the direction of Mitchell. Fields it up to 1. Pittman in front. To about the 25 before Bill Bates takes him down.
Let's watch the touchdown again to Ron Springs. Renfro is out here. Here's Springs. Renfro's going to come in, get bumped here, then take this safety deep. And then Springs is going to come to the outside. This safety right here is running in this area with Renfro. Now watch it here. Renfro's here. He starts in motion. Now he comes up, gets the bump. Now here comes Springs outside. Now stop right here. Now we see what happened. Here's Springs here. The deep help is this guy. He's going there, and Springs gets a touchdown. You see what happens? The deep guy's going with Renfro, but the ball's thrown to Springs, the short guy. Deep guy, short guy. Yeah.
Let's see if Lomax goes to a deep guy. Here's Otis Anderson around the corner. He's going to get about 7 yards before Jim Jeffcoat wrestles him to the ground. Maybe not quite that much.
I think somewhere in these next few plays, we're going to see at least a try to Roy Green again. Of course, they tried on the last series, and it was just out of his fingertip. They tried earlier. He had the touchdown. They called it back. And I could see him maybe on this down trying it again.
60 minutes following football except on the West Coast. 2nd and 4 here. Ellis Island in the history of that memorable play. Outside it goes to LaFleur, who stays on his feet, fights. The ball comes loose, but he was out of bounds. Still got a first down for the Cardinals. Ron Fellows knocked him out of bounds. 15-yard game by LaFleur.
You remember Greg LaFleur? He played for the Eagles, and I remember when we were up there, Dick Vermeil had to waive him, and he said he didn't want to do it. He said, this guy is going to play in this league. He's a tight end, but they had some injuries. They had to keep a defensive player. We saw Dick about 2 days after he waived LaFleur, and he was still sick about it.
Didn't want to let him go at all.
No, and he knew he was going to play. You know, sometimes that happens. You let a guy go, and you know he's going to play someplace else.
1st and 10 from the 46 with 8:05 left to play. Cowboys Michael Downs showing blitz. He's up in there. Pitches back to Anderson. He's got some room. Randy White got out of there and came out to make the stop, but Anderson got about 10, 9, maybe a little bit short of a first down. 17 carries, 68 yards for O.J. Anderson, Otis Anderson.
Sometimes this is an audible for a blitz. You know, you get all those guys blitzing to the inside, and you just run a quick pitch or quick toss out to your running back trying to get outside and pack everything, pack all that blitz stuff, pack it inside.
2nd and 1 from the Cowboy 45. Clock running, 7:25 left to play. Cowboys leading 24-17. Lomax, Tilly, out of bounds, but a Cardinal first down. Fellows on the stop of Tilly.
Lomax is having success, you know, with that short stuff and the stuff to the tight end, but I still think here pretty soon he ought to take another shot to Roy Green. One, it's exciting to watch, and you know, it's a pretty good deal for him too. You know, he already has 9 touchdowns, leads the league in yardage. Roy Green.
Lomax is 23 out of 38 for 341 yards already. It's still working. Anderson. And Anderson surges up inside the 35 to about the Dallas 33. Eugene Lockhart tripped him up, but Anderson got good yardage.
You know, I'm sure as we're standing up here and thinking about that the Cowboy defense and their coaches are thinking about the same thing. So they're putting that double out there on Green, and that's the reason that they're able to run and get some inside stuff to their backs and tight end.
2nd down from the 35. Clock running, 6:40. 6 minutes, 40 seconds left to play. Anderson again. This time Anthony Dickerson knocks him down, and Eugene Lockhart again does a little extracurricular shoving and pulling and choking.
A lot of talking going on after these plays. You know, they point their fingers at each other and yell at each other, and I guess that's what you call intimidation. I've always thought, you know, you just get a bunch of guys and jump on them. That's intimidating. Don't give them any place to go.
Call it intense, too. This is a big game. Clock running with 5:50 left to play as Lomax goes back in the spread formation. Cowboys looking like they're going to blitz, and then they don't. Oh, that's got to be pass interference, but it's not called. Everson Walls banged into the intended receiver, Roy Green. That's one we need to look at one more time.
I'll tell you, it looked like Everson Walls got there a little early on that one. Then we're going to see Walls as the second man in, Green as the slot man there. He runs the out. Now watch this. Walls is coming up on him. Well, I don't know. That's not bad.
That's close. That's close.
Yeah, that's, you know, you got to give that defender a break once in a while, too. Everything seems to go for the offensive guys. If Walls doesn't do that, then he just has to stand there and let him catch the ball.
I agree.
Yeah, he goes up, hits him.
I may have spoken too soon. Here's 4th down, and they're going after it. Lomax again out of the spread formation. Going deep. Incomplete. Intended for Cedric Mack. Victor Scott was back there with him, and there is no penalty and no reason for one.
That's good defense. The Cowboys have been playing good defense all day. A little surprised that the Cardinals went for that deep a pattern on 4th down. You know, sometimes you take that, you have plenty of time to go, you just put them down there. Let's watch it again. This is a play before where Walls is hitting him. I'll tell you, that's good defense. So he has to get in. He is a little in there, but he got that right hand in and hit the ball, too.
So the Cowboys take over with 5:37 left to play. They lead 24-17. Pat Summerall and John Madden at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. 5:37 left to play with the Cowboys leading 24-17 over the Cardinals. The Redskins have already won. The Giants have lost. The Eagles have lost. Here's Dorsett. E.J. Jr. Kurt Allerman cut him down after a pickup of maybe 2.
Well, of course, here what the Cowboys are trying to do now with a 7-point lead, just a little over 5 minutes left to go, they're trying to get first downs. They want to run time off the clock, keep the ball in bounds. Now the Cardinals, they want to press them, not let them have first down. If they get in 3rd down, I think they have to go after them because they can't allow first downs now. They have to get the ball back.
2nd and 8. Cowboys from their own 40. Hogaboom back to throw. Gets it outside to Springs, who can't hang on. It'll make it 3rd and 8. Not what they wanted. It is what the Cardinals want. 3rd and long.
And this is what Tom Landry wants. He's telling Mike Renfro right now to play. Renfro bring it in. Tell Gary Hogaboom. Hogaboom looks like he likes it.
He doesn't have much choice.
I'll tell you, this is a big play here, though. I think that, you know, if the Cardinals can stop them, they'll get the ball back and get some more shots. The Cowboys can get a first down. They can hold it another couple minutes.
Hogaboom down the middle of Cosby. Incomplete. Leonard Smith was the defender. Cosby couldn't hang on.
I think that's what the Cardinals needed then. You know, as they went for it on 4th down, they didn't get it. They needed a quick one. You know, 1, 2, 3 punt, get the ball back. Let's go to work on it again. You know, because really the Cardinals have been moving the ball pretty well today. They just had some bad things happen to them.
They haven't tried to block a punt by John Warren all day.
Stump Mitchell catching these punts has been exciting today.
They don't try to block this one. Warren not very good. Stump has to let it bounce. Goes out of bounds, and the Cardinals will take over at about their own 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 31-yard punt. No return, so that's what the net is. Next Sunday on the NFL Today, a report by Herb Cross on the bus. I don't know if I want to see that or not.
They're on 28.
What do you think?
Bodied by Gastineau, Bodied by Jimmy the Greek. Bodied by Randy White.
Lomax back to throw. They cave him in, and Lomax goes down. Jeffcoat and Smirrick and Ed Jones all. 4:33 left to play.
That was really a good pass rush because watch this here. What they do is they collapse the whole pocket on Lomax. Watch it. Jones is coming from the outside, White from the inside, Jeffcoat from the other side, and they all get there where he can't go to the right, he can't go to the left, he can't step up. They just took that whole pocket and pushed it right back in Lomax's face.
Some credit should go to Kegman as well. He was back in on the rush. 2nd and 21. Lomax comes out of the spread formation. 4:10 left to play. they come again, and Lomax bats it away, and right there with him is Vince Albritton. Yeah, Too Tall Jones put the heat on Lomax. Pretty hard to throw it with that guy looking at you. Stump Mitchell was the intended receiver.
I don't know how Lomax got that ball out of there. Too Tall was hanging on him. Watch this. Here's Lomax. The ball is down. Oh, he throws it out sideways. That's how he gets it. Because I saw Too Tall's right in front of him. Man, he's 6'9", bring it draping on him. I wondered, how did he get it through Too Tall? He didn't. He threw it around him.
Another one of those guys who didn't practice all week. He still plays. Ed Jones twisted his knee last week against the Giants. Lomax. Here's Randy White all over Lomax, and that's going to be a fumble. Cowboys come up with it. Jones again.
Look at Randy White. He walked back to the huddle. He didn't even know they had the ball. Oh, Randy was back there. He was going to get in the huddle and play some more. Watch him in here. He knows that they're close to victory, and he knows that, we can't let Lomax get that ball to Green. Talk about him. Watch him. He gets him with the left, brings his right hand around, and boom, knocks that ball out. He knew what he was doing there. He was grabbing him with the left and swinging his right hand at the ball. Too Tall got the ball, kept it, and take it home. Take it home. Trophy.
Handoff is to Springs. There's nothing doing. The Cowboys have the ball at the Cardinal 15 as E.J. Jr. stops run Springs. 3:40 left to play.
I'll tell you, the turnovers really killed the Cardinals today, but by the same token, you can't say that they just turned it over. I mean, the Cowboys made them turn it over with plays like that we just saw Randy White.
Something causes those turnovers.
Good players on the other team.
Usually. 3:15 left to play with the Cowboys leading 24-17 and within range to get some more. Dorsett cuts back inside, but that Cardinal defense has done a good job all day. Kurt Alderman made the stop. It'll be 3rd down and 12 from the 15.
I think both the defenses played well today. I think it boils down to those penalties and turnovers. You said the turnovers plus the penalty on Roy Green, the touchdown that was called back.
They let that clock run. Wisely so do the Cowboys. 2:35 left to play. Dallas 24, St. Louis 17. Hogaboom back to throw. Cardinals on a blitz, chasing him. He just throws it on the ground. And here comes the flag. Gordon McCarter says you can't do that. Hogaboom is claiming that he was throwing for Timmy Newsom, but we're not buying that.
There's Newsom near 30. You know what he could be claiming is that Newsom was his receiver, and Newsom, his receiver, was being held.
That could be.
And he had to throw the ball away because his guy was being held.
I think he may have a legitimate.
That's very legitimate.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, but that was the same type of thing, that roll that was shrinking the whole field on him, and the guy he was going to throw to was being held.
Now I think there are 2 flags, John. 2 different penalties being called.
Well, maybe they did catch his holding on Newsom. See it right down there. You see, he was holding Newsom before he got there, and he didn't have anyone to throw to.
Illegal use of hands. Number 63 offense has declined. Intentional grounding by the quarterback is accepted. It is loss of down at the spot of my flag. 4th down.
Well, no. They did not call the holding.
No, they didn't see that. Tom, you see Tom Landry looking? He was saying, what did he say? What? 2 of them against us, none against them? That's what it was, Tom. But Hogaboom did have a good point to complain there because
yes, he did.
He was watching the thing the whole time because he was trying to throw to Newsom. Now he has to hold for Septien.
45 yards away for Raphael Septien. Cardinals come up with it. Cardinals will get the ball at their own 15. Art Plunkett is the man who got the hand on it.
Watch it here. Plunkett is going to be right there in the middle, and he got his right hand up, knocked it with his right hand. I don't think that ball was up high enough. It looked like a low kick to me because Plunkett didn't really get up that high. Watch this ball. It looks like more of a line drive. We'll see Plunkett right there in the middle, the hand with the tape on it, and he shouldn't be able to get up that high to block the ball. He has the proper height on it. There it is one more time. Number 7 to the right hand. No, that was a low kick.
2:17 left as the Cardinals take over and Lomax goes to work. For Tilley. Pass is intercepted by Dennis Thurman. Thurman came from nowhere to pick it off. The Lomax. The 6th turnover, the 2nd interception.
Jim Hannafin saying we went for it. Hey, Dennis Thurman used to be the starting weak safety. Then he was moved to corner. And now he's not starting. He just plays in this 4-0 defense. But he's made a couple of big plays today. Watch him gain or separate or gain on that ball. He was just watching the ball all the way like a center fielder. He wasn't playing a receiver. He just went over and got a big interception.
Lomax never saw him, and the Cardinals again turn it over, and the Cowboys take over in Cardinal territory. 2:11 left to play. Excuse me.
Did you ever get Dennis Thurman his jacket?
Yes. Kurt Allman trips up Tony Dorsett after back to the line of scrimmage, and certainly no more than that. For an NFL update, let's send you back to Brent Musburger at NFL in New York. In Dallas, leading the Cardinals. It's been a stumbling, staggering offensive day for the Cowboys, but they still lead 24-17. The defense has done one heck of a job.
I'll tell you, the story in this game is going to be the turnovers. It's going to be how many that the Cardinals have had this game. But still, I think that there's a lot of them that were caused by the Cowboys by real good play. And we see what happened here. They had a blocked field goal, touchdown by the Cowboys. They had a fumble, a touchdown. They had another interception down here and a touchdown. So they had really 3 scores or 21 points as a result of those turnovers.
2nd and 10. Out to the left side, scrambling, gets down to the Cardinal 40, and that's about all he can get. 2 minutes left to play. Cowboys leading the Cardinals 24-17. Dallas has 3 timeouts remaining. St. Louis has 2.
This is the Honda Accord SEI, a car designed for upward mobility with its powerful new...
Pat Summerall and John Madden at Busch Stadium in St. Louis, where the Cowboys lead the Cardinals 24-17 with 2 minutes left. Third down and 5. 3rd and 4.5 make it from the 40-yard line of St. Louis. Boom gets away from one blitzer, gets it out to Cosby, and he dropped it. And he had nothing but daylight. Might not have been a touchdown, but it certainly would have been enough to keep the ball.
I'll tell you, and the reason that Cosby put his hand on his head, it was a pretty good trick play. Let's look at it here. Cosby comes all the way across. He starts out over here. He sneaks all the way across and over to this side as Hogaboom rolls here. Now watch it. He starts over here. He doesn't go downfield. Watch him here. See him come all the way across? Now here he is. He sneaks out here. Watch him here. He's wide open. Ball hits him right in his hand. Oh, no. That was a trick play.
Unusual play. He came behind the line of scrimmage.
Behind the line of scrimmage, yeah.
Warren. kick. Nobody back there. Cowboys going to try to down it, and they do. Victor Scott is about the 5-6 yard line. 35-yard punt, no return. Next week. Well, this week, right now, Dallas is winning 24-17. Next week, these Cardinals go to Giants Stadium to play the Giants. Washington against Philadelphia in Philadelphia. Dallas goes to Buffalo. Check your local listing. The Rams, who won today, over the Bears, play Green Bay. Tampa Bay won today. They play San Francisco. So check it all. 24-17. Lomax out of the end zone, gets it to Green. Everson Walls makes a stop. A minute 38 left to play. Don't forget, following football comes 60 minutes. Lomax goes down the middle, has it complete again to Green. Walls on the tackle. Cardinals in a hurry.
Yeah, the Cardinals have a minute 24 seconds here. They take time out now, so they have one timeout left. And really, they're going to have time. If they can keep completing, those 15, 20-yard passes, all they need is about 3 or 4 of them, and they can get shots at the end zone.
1:24 left, and indeed, as John Madden said, there is plenty of time left for the Cardinals to get that thing down the field. Dallas leads by 7. Dallas 24, St. Louis 17. That much time left, a minute 24. Cowboys have all of their timeouts remaining. Cardinals just have one. Lomax is 25 out of 44 for 365 yards. Yet his team still trails. Down the middle and dropped. Cedric Mack, ex-defensive back, was the intended receiver. That's amazing when you think of the 3 wide receivers, the prime wide receivers for the Cardinals. 2 of them are ex-defensive backs.
Because I think they had so much in 1981, they moved Roy Green from defense to offense. I think they had so much success with it that they tried it with Cedric Mack this year.
60 minutes, Ellis Island following football, except on the West Coast. 24-17, Dallas leading St. Louis, and the Cowboys showing blitz. 2nd and 10. Lomax retreats. In and out of the hand, Roy Green. Dennis Thurman was the defender. Lomax had it low, but catchable.
I would have to believe that there's something down there happening today. The cold weather, the ball is slick, because there's been so many drop passes today by both sides that I would have to believe that it's the cold hands or the slick ball or something, or maybe it's just that this is the first game that they've played this year in cold weather.
It's been sort of a shock to them, maybe. They haven't had a practice even in cold weather.
I know Jim Hannaford was saying a practice Friday was over 70 degrees here.
It's cold today. 3rd and 10. From their own 29 as Lomax retreats again. That ball slipped out of his hand. Don't forget, as soon as this game is over, we'll send you back to the NFL Today in New York. Our studio's there for the wrap-up show with the scores from around the rest of the league with Brent Musburger. That's coming up next. In the meantime, this telecast is presented by the authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals and the National Football League is prohibited.
Yep, here it is.
4th down. Lomax has it complete. Has the first down. To Chile and keeps it alive. 16-yard gain. Fellows on the coverage. Cardinals in a hurry.
Cardinals still have one timeout.
They're at their own 45 as Lomax operates quickly out of the spread. Throw. Pass is caught by Green. He is tackled at about the Dallas 48-yard line by Everson Walls. Short of a first down.
Looks like Green hurt his ankle. Yeah, he did. He's standing out there. We see him standing out there with Cedric Mack. I'll tell you, I'm sure they wanted to take some shots here, and the guy they wanted to take it with is Roy Green. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to. That's why this ball was close to being intercepted. Green is right there in the middle. Once the outside guy come in there, I think it was Victor Scott. He come diving in front of the ball, missed it. Roy Green had it. Looked like he twisted his right ankle there.
The Cardinals have used their last timeout. 38 seconds left to play. It's going to be 2nd and 3 from the Dallas 48. Cardinals out of timeouts. Lomac's career record has been set today. 27 out of 48. He's broken the record which was held for a long time by Jim Hart. I beg your pardon. Now, let me rephrase what I just said. Hart still has the record. This is a new Lomax career record, 388 yards. Hart has 428 yards in a game.
You know, that 388, though, you know, and he had that big one to Roy Green, the touchdown, add that to that, and that's getting up there in the strong 400.
I'll say. Low snap fielded by Lomax. Under pressure. Bates is back there. Pass is almost picked off. Willard Harrow was the intended receiver. Smirek put the pressure on Lomax. Michael Downs was back there to help out Bates.
Looks like Lomax hurt his right shoulder on that one. Let's see if we can see him get hit there. He knows that he's hurt, but he's saying he wants to take a couple more shots at it. Watch this. Just as he's throwing the ball, the Smirek's going to hit him right there. It looks like something happened to his right shoulder.
Probably stung him pretty good when he hit the turf, but he's staying in. Here's Lomax. He's been chased by Randy White. Chased out of the pocket. He just shovels it ahead. No fumble. They're saying it was a forward pass, and Lomax now is down again and slow getting up. Jim Jeffcoat put the heat on him.
The Cardinals are coming up. Oh, they're going to take Lomax out. That's Kyle Mackey going in. Lomax waved him off. He said, no. He said, 4th down, I'll finish this thing.
I got it started. I'm going to stay there with it.
I don't think Kyle Mackey would want to come in here, a rookie.
With no warm-up,
No warm-up, 4th down.
4th